So I get all ready to sit down and start doing the whole review thing or whatever, and then I realize that these things aren't laced because that's just how Jordan 1s work, right? And I kind of hate that, and it's actually part of the reason that I've put off doing this review for so long, and part of the reason that I don't even bother going for most ones anymore, right? And when it comes to me not liking doing the whole lacing thing, like, this is barely even done, but it's done enough that I wouldn't even consider those blue laces. They look cool, but it's gonna be black, people. What's going on, people? So, got some shoes so long ago, but I already went over that in that little intro thing or whatever. So, side of the box down there, right? Gonna try and get through this relatively quickly because I don't feel like there's a whole lot to say or whatever. But I'll give you a quick backstory, right? I did pick these up straight from the sneakers thing or whatever. I was at San Diego for Comic-Con. I was waiting on the downstairs exhibit hall thing to open. I was like putting in my little deal there, because I'd seen these coming around and I was like, oh, that could be fine. I put the thing in and what do you know, it worked out. So now here we are with something to talk about, right? And you might be wondering, what is this thing we're about to talk about? I'm going to tell you. This right here, this is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High in the UNC Toe colorway, if I remember that correctly. I feel like I messed up that name somehow, but that's not surprising. I do that often. Either way, so let's go ahead and talk about some things real quick, huh? Start with the bottom down there. What you're looking at is pretty much your standard outsole for Jordan 1s, right? You've seen it before. You've just probably seen different colors. Well, actually, this one isn't uncommon either, the whole UNC thing. Moving on up here, right? Checking it out from the side, looking at the midsole and all that good stuff, right? Yeah, again, nothing you really haven't seen. I think the vast majority of them are white, are they not, right? So there's that. And now a couple other pictures, because I like to slip a couple other pictures in here, even though they don't seem super useful in all cases. It's a thing that I do, right? It also gives me something to show you guys, because I'm not going to talk about these a whole lot. I figure the pictures are worth 1,000 words, and there's going to be like a good number of pictures in here. That says enough. Am I right or am I right? Either way, so moving along past that, right? Real quick, I did pull these things out beforehand because I thought, oh yeah, these kind of remind me of these Obsidians, right? And then I got them out and I was like, not really. I mean, the backside here, right? It's this, like the heel over here is like the same color as like the toe over here. And then, this ankle type area or whatever is the same. But otherwise, these don't look like I thought they did in my mind or whatever. So this was a very unnecessary expending of effort. But I do like these though. What about you? Personal preference, if you had to choose between the two. Personally, I think I'm going with this one. Either way, so I'm not going to drag this on out. These are old. People have seen them a lot, right? I'm sure there were plenty of reviews whenever they came out. So we're just going to skip past some things. I'll let you know they are all leather, right? No weird materials. So there is that piece of it in case anybody was curious. And there is another set of laces down in here. But I talked about that in the beginning. So personal thoughts. These right here, right? When I saw these, I thought to myself, these are kind of fantastic. I think I want these a fair amount, right? Because, I like the blue color. It's kind of cool, right? I mean, and I guess that was really it, honestly. But I figured we'll see what happens, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, So I put in my little raffles with Finish Line and Foot Locker or whatever. Not Foot Locker, not Finish Line, but Foot Locker and Champs. Didn't quite work out in my favor, which is fine, but I was like, I'll see how things go Saturday morning. Put in there, and it all came together, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool, right? If it hadn't worked out, I wouldn't have cared a whole lot. I mean, because I know going into it, I'm not going to wear these a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be kind of impractical or whatever to put a whole lot of effort into something that I'm going to wear like once every 2 years or whatever. Though, am I the guy to talk about practicality? I got like 20 pairs of shoes or something. It's like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Either way, so I saw these, got through, I was cool with it, got them in the mail and all that stuff, and I really like how they turned out. So if you like them as well, like from a visual standpoint, I think you'll like them if you get them in person and all that stuff too. It's a long way to say that, but what else is there really to say other than that I like them? I kind of just need to talk a fair amount because, there's pictures. There's, 6 pictures in that section, I think. So I got to give them all time to play through. It's like 12 seconds a piece, I think it is. Something like that. Haven't done a shoe review in like a long, long time. It's kind of ridiculous. But either way, speaking of shoe reviews, let's get back on track here. Sizing is the thing that matters. Let's talk about some sizing, huh? I bought these not quite true to size because I feel like at a true to size thing, the Jordan 1 feels a little big, but that's just my preference, right? I'm used to the running shoes and stuff, and everybody likes their shoes to fit a certain way, so I dropped down a half because it just feels more right on my feet, you know? That being said, though, if I had gone true to size with 9.5, I wouldn't complain about it. It's not bad. I have plenty of 9.5 Jordan 1s, right? It's a thing I didn't realize till later. So I'm just putting that out there because if you happen to be like me and you're used to certain things or whatever, you might want to know that. But otherwise, I would suggest just go true to size. You know, put your foot in one of those little metal contraptions, get it all measured out or whatever, and then just see whatever number it tells you and buy them in that size. Luckily enough for you, there are a lot of ones and highs and lows and mids and whatnot out there nowadays, so you should be able to find one, try it on, and then that way, whenever the color comes around that you do want, you know what to do, right? But now past all that though, as far as like the actual comfort and stuff, as I've said in the past, it does not exist, right? Jordan 1s, I was walking around in a pair today, you know, it's what I decided to wear. Didn't like it one bit, right? Luckily, you know, I was not going to be on my feet for the bulk of the day. I was mostly going to be sitting around and stuff, so in that case, it's not so bad. But like I've said about other Jordan things in the past, even though the comfort isn't really there, the look can be kind of cool, and I think that's what most people are in it for anyway. So if you're one of those people that's like, you just kind of want these because it's going to match up with something really nice or whatever, cool, I get it, right? You're probably not even caring about the comfort, and I don't blame you. But for anybody out there who's wondering, like, oh, would those be nice to wear all day when I go out to Busch Gardens or Water Country or whatever amusement parks are near you? No, they would not, especially not Water Country. I don't even know why I said that. That'd be freaking dumb. Either way, that's enough out of me as far as like the sizing and whatnot. I just wanted to put it out there as far as my thoughts because this is a review and that's kind of how that works. So, that being that, from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to do a live in a little bit here, talk about some AEW cards that I bought at some point. Spent like $135 on this box. It better be fantastic. Either way, that's enough. Later, people.